Three things I want to share with any young girl or boy, Jamaican young girl or boy in the sport of cycling when you want to get into it. I would first have a love, have a passion for the sport, the freedom it gives you. As a child growing up, we all wanted bicycles. We see everybody getting into the sport and just the freedom riding around. And then that's my first. And then my second, what I would offer to them is you have to have an understanding and discipline as coming out of school. I use cycling, you know, it's like climbing a big hill. It's the same thing as in school. Studying hard, you get great grades. And then third, once you excel, that the doors are open for you all over the world. As far as you could become a professional, or you could become a representation or product of your company, your country, our wonderful country, Jamaica. When I first started cycling, I had no dream. I don't think I could have dreamt that when I went to the United States, when I left, I started riding bike since I was 3 or 4 years old. Whenever I could pedal a bicycle in Jamaican, which I just loved the three-wheel tricycle, BMX bike. I don't advise you to do this to kids, is to skip school and go ride a bicycle. And my dad said, you need to get your education, so he takes off the front wheel of the bike, and I come home and there was no wheel, so I went next door and I borrowed another wheel and I kind of make it work. I always wanted to ride a bike, and I went to the United States and I worked at saved up my money from raking leaves in the yard and delivering a newspaper to buy my first bicycle. I put a payment down for months, and I kept doing it. I started racing BMX, and I just kept on doing the sport, and then another door opened up as far as racing and competing. I ended up falling in love with the sport because it probably also kept me off the streets, and it just kept domino effect as far as excelling. That's what I would use, and I started getting sponsors and training and being on teams, and said, oh, this is gonna probably lead into something. I started reading Bike magazine and understanding Tour de France, understanding different things, and I said maybe someday I'd like to do that, but that didn't aspire. But there was other opportunities, and the sponsors came, racing on teams, and then I started being asked some corporate companies to represent their product as modeling, and because I was an athlete and I'm Jamaican, and they wanted something unique. So it's not just, you don't have to want to go to the Olympics. You can use it to aspire to work hard and have a goal, but the goal you have in working hard opens other doors that probably you never dreamt that it would do. So, and now I look back in Jamaica and I saw cycling was there, but I see talent and I see the love, but there is no support, maybe from families or sponsors or the corporacy of it. And I wanted to give back. Jamaica hasn't really done anything for me for cycling, but that doesn't mean I can't give back. I don't want anything. I just want the little kids inspire me and what I see going on in the culture today as maybe a direction and just sports. Not everyone can be track and field stars, but you maybe could be cycling stars. Just like football, you can't be a football player, but you could be a track and fielder, you could be cycling, vice versa. So I want to use my experience and the opportunity that was given to me to give back and try to inspire the little kids in the school and to get into the sport of cycling, and started, riding bikes. And remember, what it's about is freedom, and it puts a smile on her face. And I've been able to do commercials in the United States, been on the cover of magazines, was the first Jamaican cyclist that made the cover of a bicycling magazine, which I never asked for, it just happened. And went to Europe, and I've done, Lexus asked me to do a commercial, which is a national ad for cycling because I'm a cyclist, and they realized I was Jamaican. I just think it opened more doors. And so my, answer, or say not answer, to give back is to say, here, we can, you guys can be me. The doors aren't closed for kids in school, the Jamaican kids. We're a little bit with Talawa, so we have to understand that. We have a camaraderie that people like and the world like. We're known everywhere. But I don't think we can, it's not about money all the time. It's about the love. And I encourage them, once you reach this level, to learn to give back without asking for something back. It will pay you back in other ways. I think right now, when I look back in the States and the movement of the world, it's a perfect time for women to be involved in cycling and raise the sport because of the Me Too movement and everything. Women are being put on the highlights of everything. And now in the past, what I've seen, the sponsors weren't there. There's very few little women races. The female wanted challenges, and they said the race wasn't too long, or they put the races, you know, at the end of a men's race when everyone's excited. I think what they do is probably put the women's race first to bring people to get the attention, or put it into the middle of a race when they have in a category 1 or a pro or an amateur, so to keep everybody involved, and then using women to sponsorships because of companies and corporate companies. But I think right now is the perfect time to see female in cycling, that it's just like men. It's no different than the male. And when I speak, I'm not speaking just young male. I'm speaking of both male and female Jamaican kids, boys and girls, in triathlons or, you know, any little thing, because women is just as important because they play a role. You know, the companies you represent and sponsors, they are female behind the doors, pushing to you to get. So it also leads open the doors for women's sponsorship products, or for female, you know, whether it's deodorant, a clothing line, or perfume or something. It's another way of branding, and companies will see this and, oh, look, I can put my brand because it will get women out there. So I just think this is the perfect time now. Times have changed and direction have changed, and I don't see anything. Women is just as exciting to watch it, just like the Olympics. It's like I said, so don't be shy and say it's a men's sport or it doesn't look. It's perfectly fine. Every sport is difficult. It's not going to come easy. It starts from home. Parents have to support you, and sometimes in our country, here in Jamaica, we may not have the support, but it's the love of it that you want. So it breaks my heart every time, because I know everybody wants a bicycle. So it starts with the parents and support. Not everyone can be track and field stars, you know, but if you love something, just, you know, somebody see you, there's sponsors. You may not have the best bike, but you may not have the best wheels, with the gear, but there are sponsors and there's things can happen and make it happen. So the support starts from home, and with the federation in cycling, if you show that you are motivated, the support will come, but you have to love it and have to be motivated and be able to understand what it brings in the future, not immediate. And our country is not like America, where pretty things and easy to come to because we have sports and sometimes things are secondary here. But that doesn't give us the reason to quit, and you shouldn't quit as a young boy and girl, because if you have a dream, you can get it. If Usain Bolt can do it, if, you know, any of these athletes, bobsled, look at what we've done. Bobsled is not a Jamaican sport. Cycling is a world. It's a way of life.